Hey guys, so today I'm going to tell you about a little story. Little story about how much male thieves suck. Because this is a thing that's apparently happening here right now. And has been going on for at least a month, just that I know of. Possibly longer for all I fucking know, but, you know. I'm sure you hear on the news all the time about the people that have the security cameras and, like, catch the thieves on tape that, like, steal packages right off your porch and shit. Luckily, not quite that level for us, because anything that comes to the door, I'm literally always at home. There's never a time I'm, like, not here, and if there is a very rare occasion that I'm not, someone else is here, because I will not leave this house if no one else is here. So there's that, and if there's a package coming, I will basically sit out in the entry hall and wait for it to show up and wait for the truck and make sure that it's brought in immediately. So those have never been a problem. Problem's been with the mailbox. Where we live, it's far enough away from the street, like a few hundred feet away from the street, and from where it's situated, it's like around a corner, and you cannot see the mailbox from our house. In all the years we've lived here, it's never been a problem. Till very recently. All of a sudden, packages I was sending out that I was leaving in the mailbox with the flag up were getting stolen. And they were orders for my Etsy shop. So I did not appreciate having to remake those and just eat the cost of supplies and shipping all over again, especially because I ship via priority mail, so it's already expensive. And then getting to pay it twice, over and over again, because people were dicks and kept feeling the need to steal. Yeah, have fun with those gay pride beanies, because I'm sure you wanted those so fucking badly, right? What I even ever, I don't know. So those were getting stolen left and right. It wasn't until more recently that incoming mail apparently started getting affected too. I mean, it had been mostly little things like cards over the holidays and my birthday that had like gift cards or money in them that just went totally missing. What do you know? And it's really fucked because generally I can hear the mail truck when it comes, and I go get it fairly shortly upon it showing up. Whoever it is must be very close by. I would suspect probably somebody that lives on this street who is just kind of lurking around waiting for the mail to show up and just cruises up and down the street for any unlocked mailboxes and fucking just takes shit. And is able to get away with it that quick because they know when the mail comes and gets there before I do, which, like I said, must be really fucking quick because it only takes me a few minutes to get out there. The fuck even. But, sorry, I'm very angry over this. But the most recent one was extremely brazen. One of the things wasn't for me. It was a card for my parents for their anniversary. And luckily they didn't steal the card itself, which is a change up from how it worked for me, where they just took it lock, stock, and barrel, didn't even put the empty card back or anything. They just fucking took it, the whole thing. They apparently opened it, saw there was nothing good in there, stuck it back in the envelope, taped it shut, put it back in the box. At least they got the card. But the other thing that had been in there that they just very brazenly fucked with, I had ordered a book for one of my best friends as a birthday present. And it came, or should have come yesterday. The envelope was in there. It was ripped open and empty. The fuck is wrong with people? Right up there with, yeah, have fun with those gay pride beanies. Yeah, have fun with a book on 1920s hairstyles. I'm sure you're gonna do so much good with that, right? That's totally your thing secretly. Especially because I suspect that this is a man stealing them, so what the fuck even? On the plus side, I was able to get refunded the cost of the book in total, which was better than I was expecting, because I thought I was still going to be responsible for the shipping cost, but no, they refunded full price, so that was good at least, but what the fuck is wrong with people? So, I did what seemed most logical, and I called the sheriff's office. They sent a deputy out, and they interviewed me, and they filed a report, and they dusted the envelope for fingerprints, which it turned up a lot on it because, you know, being something that came through the mail system, there's fingerprints all over the damn thing. There's fingerprints from the person who sent it. There's fingerprints from the mail person that picked it up. There's fingerprints from all the people who sorted that mail from place to place. Fingerprints from whoever delivered it. And apparently fingerprints from whoever fucking stole it. Plus mine, because I'm the one that went and got it after that. But they must have done it real fucking quick before they just left that there, because like I said, I'm up there in a matter of minutes. So what the hell even? Most of the mailboxes on this street are locking mailboxes. Needless to say, we'll be getting one. My uncle has a spare one that was too big for him to install in his front yard. He actually still has it in his garage, so we don't even have to buy one. It's already sitting there waiting for us. All we have to do is build the cement thing to install it into, which won't take very long. So probably within the next week it'll be up. So that's good at least. But the fuck is wrong with people? And those are just things that I specifically know went missing. God only knows what else. I mean, thank God we weren't expecting any credit cards or debit cards or anything like that coming in the mail, because if those went missing, then we'd have identity theft on our hands on top of mail theft, which, fucking lovely, right? I mean, at least they didn't seem interested in stealing bills, so I don't think this person's trying to steal identity. I think they're just trying to steal stuff. Stuff that they most likely are going to resell. Which, good luck reselling those hats that I made. I have a hard enough time selling them myself, much less are you going to, like, sell them on, like, some, like, homosexual black market I don't know exists? Like, what even are you intending on doing with those, sir? What the hell even? But, what the fuck? I mean, the book, at least, I'm sure he'll get at least a few dollars for it. Ooh, but if it's like drug money, if it's the guy I suspect it is, probably is for drug money. But till I can prove that it is who I think it is, can't do a whole hell of a lot other than that report I already filed with the police and the report I filed with the Postal Service. Basically, there's two options. There's either the option that we're going with of getting a locking mailbox, or the option of using a P.O. box. I don't drive, so a P.O. box would be hell on earth for me and would feel more like a punishment for something somebody else did, to lose the convenience of having stuff brought to the house that I can pick up immediately upon it being delivered. So we're not doing that. We're going the locking mailbox route, because it seems to work for everybody else on the street, so we'll do that, I guess. But it's just wrong that somebody feels that entitled to just be able to cruise right up and steal stuff from somebody's mailbox. Hopefully, we can get a positive ID on this person, because if we can, tampering with somebody's mail is a federal offense. That's 5 to 10 years in prison. So, if we can get this person caught with definite identification, they're going away for a while. My uncle lives down the street from us and has 13 security cameras around his house. One of them happens to be pointed in the direction of our driveway. So, as we speak, he's reviewing his tapes from yesterday to see if he can find anything from the person who obviously stole our mail. Because I know the exact time frame that it would have happened in. That at least narrows it down for him to know which section of tape to look at. And then he'll tell me if he's got anything clear enough to be able to tell anything from. Like, is it a man? Is it a woman? Can you tell anything about features? Hair color, skin color, what the word, anything like that. He has pretty high quality cameras. So I think chances are pretty good we'll be able to get something from that. So that's something. We're also buying a camera to mount not on our house, but we own the neighbor's house and rent it to them. So we're putting a camera over there. We're putting another one up in the trees across from it. Between the combo of these, we'll get some, because even if they find one, the odds of them finding all the cameras involved here and stealing all of the cameras are not very good without getting caught. Because there's not only us here, there's also the neighbors on both sides of our driveway that would see or hear something if somebody were trying to, like, take those down and dismantle them. And if they went as far as my uncle's house, not only can you not reach his, he has dogs. He has lots of dogs. Very big dogs. That should be fun. Should they be stupid enough to try that? So yeah. At least there is at least 3 cameras that will all be aimed at this. Possibly more. If there's more, I'm not going to be giving out the locations of where those are being mounted. Because even the ones that are being mounted, even from what I just said, does not tell you very much. It's very vague for the actual locations of where they'd be. Good fucking luck. I only need it to pick it up one day. That's all I need it to pick it up for. Because apparently this person comes by daily. So, yeah. I'm not too worried about whoever's doing it potentially seeing this, because pretty much nobody local that I know watches my channel. So, as you can see, my vlogs don't get that many views. And of the views they do get, yeah, they're not of local people, so. Anyway. Yeah, like I said, I have a pretty strong suspicion anyway. If it's the person I think it is, it's a homeless dude. He doesn't have access to the internet, so there you go. Like I said, not too worried about this aspect of it, but yeah, I'm mostly just pissed off because this is so wrong. That's a total invasion of a person's privacy, as if it weren't bad enough that we got robbed 3 years ago. God, almost down to the day. Wow, I just realized that looking at the date just now, but it was in 2012, but not this house, but our old house, which is also on our property. The way it's laid out is weird, but that house is still standing. We were basically using it as a huge shed, and kept a lot of stuff in it. My dad thought it was really secure. Apparently it was not. Somebody broke in, robbed it blind. I lost most of my memorabilia collection because of it. I'm still rebuilding said memorabilia collection. Anyway, yeah. That was bad enough that happened. But now this on top of it, that's just adding insult to injury at this point. I mean, luckily it hasn't been any, like, particularly huge, like, value items or anything. It's just the concept of the matter of, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Just, it's so wrong. So wrong on so many fucking levels. And we live in a pretty good neighborhood, so the fact that this is even happening is so bullshit. I mean, because our driveway is on a hill, I'm almost tempted to go sit on a chair down a ways on our driveway where I can see the mailbox and see if there's somebody up there, but I'm just far enough back to where, unless somebody were knowing to be, like, looking down that hill for somebody, chances are they wouldn't see me if I were very still and very quiet and wearing something that blended in with the background over there, which would not be that hard. Just to see. Just to see. And could probably personally get pictures on top of everything else that's gonna be in place. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna go that far, because it sounds very boring, but really though, I mean, like I said, it's not even like high value items that go in there. Because anything good is pretty much hand-delivered to the door and has to be signed for. So, good fucking luck there, buddy. But, yeah. It just upsets me so damn much that this is even happening. And I know it happens all the time, because like I said, just about every day in the news at this point, you hear about this sort of crap happening. Which probably also isn't helping all the problems of the postal system and all the financial problems they're having, and them talking about cutting service on certain days of the week and scaling back and stuff. This sort of thing cannot possibly be helping that. Because, I mean, if some of the problems are that not enough people are using the postal service, obviously, if people's mail is getting stolen left and right, they're not going to trust it as much, they're not going to use it as much. I mean, for me, with my shopping, because I don't drive, it's one of my only options. So, like I said, most of my stuff comes to the door. If it's a very small item, I'm hosed. So usually if I specifically know something's coming on a definite day, I'm up there, like, by the time the truck gets here, so it can't take off. And I mean, even before our mail was getting stolen, I was already like that, so... But because this one I didn't have a tracking number or anything on the website, I couldn't see what day it was meant to arrive, so I didn't know for sure, and that's all it took. And it's really sad that this sort of crap's going on. It's just so wrong. I mean, most of the years of my life that we've lived here, this sort of thing didn't happen around here. I don't know if it's all the same guy, or if it's a bunch of people involved that are doing the different sorts of crime. I don't know, but it's really sad that I don't even feel safe here in what's supposed to be one of the safest neighborhoods around. Even at home, it's like, even without somebody, like, breaking into your house, apparently you still have to worry about them breaking into your mail. What the hell? I mean... Sure, even a locking mailbox isn't 100% foolproof, because they can technically steal a box if they manage to bust it off, although that would be hard to do without anybody knowing, because there's always somebody here. Somebody would hear that shit, so I don't think they'd get real far without witnesses, if nothing else, so not that concerned about that potentially happening, but... I'm just really bothered by it, that this is even a thing that's going on. Have any of you guys dealt with this sort of thing before? What did you do? Because, aside from the two options that have been presented to me of either P.O. Box or locking mailbox, is there anything else I can do? Because the only other things that, like, people online have suggested to me were things like, you should bait him, like, put a box of dog shit in your mailbox. I was like, see, I would do that, but I'd be scared of the postmaster actually picking that up, and then me getting in trouble for it. So, trying to find a way around that where they won't accidentally pick it up. But somebody said, make it look like it was addressed to you, and see if the person takes the bait. So I'm like, well, that is a thought. That is a thought. I don't know if it's gonna be effective or not, but I mean, would have to do that the very near future before the locking box is up, but... I mean, I was talking to the neighbors about it, and they're apparently getting a locking box too, and we're talking to other neighbors and seeing if they've noticed anything, but most of them just aren't home during the day, so they can't see anything. Which, damn. That's what makes it, like, really that insulting that I am home during the day. I'm home all day, but where our house is, we can't see the box. I mean, eventually, for where we're located, what's currently our driveway is eventually going to be made into a street. And as soon as that happens, then we will legally be able to move our mailbox right in front of our house. Until it's a street, we're not allowed to do that, which is really upsetting because logically to me it would make more sense to have it put there where it's a lot more secure, but the fuck even. I don't even know, but like I said, at least for the stuff on the porch, I'm very glad that somebody's always home and is always at the ready on days when we're expecting stuff, because at least that doesn't go missing like the stuff you see on the news. Those are safe. It's just the little stuff. Which, I mean, that just... How does that work when you have a locking mailbox? I'm just curious. Do they then take packages that otherwise would have been put in the mailbox and bring them to your door? Or do they put one of those slips in your mailbox and say to come pick it up at the post office? I'm not really sure. So, again, if any of you guys have one of those, I'd love to hear what happens in that situation. My uncle said that the locking mailbox he's going to give us is actually big enough to handle small packages. I just don't know what exactly the slot dimensions are and what his definition of small packages is. So, I mean, certain things that might have fit in the current mailbox might not fit in there for all I know, but I mean, I don't know. It's frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. It just makes me sick that this sort of thing is apparently going on every day. But what's even more insulting than all that is that, with the exception of that one anniversary card, it's only been my stuff that's been targeted. And it's not even like I'm the only one that orders stuff that comes in the mail. My whole family does. Even my siblings that are married and moved out, they order things and have them mailed here because they thought, well, till recently anyway, it was a lot safer than having them mailed to where they live. I mean, like I said, the ones that come to the door, yeah, those are safe because the second they get here, we bring them in. But things in the mailbox, it's never been an issue till now. But even so, none of their stuff has been tampered with, none of their stuff has been stolen. Only mine. Which, why me, man? I don't understand. I mean, it's not like I even have anything high value coming through. So it really confuses me why they target me. I mean, the only thing that would make sense to me is if it is indeed the person I suspect it is. The person I suspect would be the same person that robbed us before. And if it's that person, he knows the sort of things I used to own because he stole them. And he saw my name all over my stuff, probably recognizes the name, and is thinking, hey, I wonder what other sort of cool stuff she buys online. Joke's on him that generally nothing that great comes to the box. I mean, occasionally a CD or a DVD. Other than that, usually the only things you're gonna find in that box are like a book, maybe. Rarely. Because usually even those come to the door because they don't typically fit in there. So, yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't understand. I mean, well, okay, the other thing that would normally come in there, one brand that I buy yarn from doesn't ship in box. They ship in those, like, flexible mailer things. I don't know. It's not really a... Well, maybe it's a bag. I don't know what you really call it, but they ship them in those, and they, like, kind of cram it in the mailbox. I don't know what this person would think they're accomplishing by stealing yarn. Luckily, I've never noticed... knock wood. I've never noticed them steal that, but I wouldn't put it past them, given the other weird crap they've taken. I just don't know. But those are, like, the only things that even come through in my name in there. That's why I don't get it. There's, like, nobody on the street even, with the exception of the immediate neighbors on either side, who aren't the ones doing it, and family that live on our street. They even know who I am. So, it's a long-ass street, there's a lot of people, and I don't know very many people. So, that's why I'm like, I don't quite get it. Like, why me? Like, if they were targeting my dad, Okay, my dad's a drunk. He says all sorts of shit to all sorts of people. I can understand them getting mad at him and targeting him. But they're not targeting him, they're targeting me. So I'm like, why? I don't even leave the house. Nobody fucking knows who I am because I never leave the house. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. Generally, people know my siblings, and if they bring a friend home or something, they're always shocked when they meet me because they're like, oh, I didn't know you had a second sister. I didn't know she existed. It's like, yeah, that. I'm like the phantom sister because you typically never see me unless you come here. So that's I'm like, I don't get it. Why me? Why me? Because with the exception of the occasional book that comes through, which, with the exception of that most recent one that got stolen, that's the only thing like that they've ever gotten from me. What the hell? I mean, most of the packages that have gone missing were outgoing, not incoming. And it seems to have been the same item every time, ironically. Even though I mail other things in the very same type of packaging, the only ones that have gone missing somehow were that same item 3 times. And there's no way they could have known what it was from the outside of the box, which is what perplexes me even more. So I'm just like, what the hell? And nobody that's even ordered from my shop has been anywhere even in like this part of the state. So can't say that it's like a disgruntled customer or anything. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Which is why I feel like the only thing that makes sense in my head would be that one guy that robbed us before that still lurks about the street that the cops do nothing about, because since we don't have any photos of him robbing our house, do you have proof it was him? Like concrete proof that you could provide in court that is actual visual proof? Well, no. Okay, so it'd basically be your word against his word. Yeah. That. And even though he stopped, like, robbing our house, which is good, that's no good if he's stealing our mail now. Like, what the hell? Why? Just why? A million times, why? And I had several people say the same thing to me, that it's not about the things they're stealing, it's about entitlement. They feel entitled to steal. Why they feel entitled to steal, I'll never know, but they have that much a sense of entitlement to where they don't even care what they're stealing. They just steal because they can. Which is wrong. I mean, the only other thing that would make sense why they target my shit is because generally anything else that would be a package that would come here comes to the door. Only I order stuff that's small enough that goes in the box. So, there's that, but... And I guess it's pretty obvious when, like, there's a gift card inside of a card, but... Still, though, that's fucking wrong. Why? Like, I hope they've... Like, I mean, part of me really hope karma catches up with them and kicks their ass. Part of me hopes somebody will catch up with them and kick their ass. It won't be me, because I'm incapable of kicking ass, but... Yeah. It just really makes me question humanity. It makes me question just the state of the world we live in. It makes me question what I ever did that was so wrong to where, why am I the one that gets targeted? There are so many why questions in my head that I don't think I'm ever going to have a concrete answer to. It just sucks. And there's not a lot I can do about it. I mean, we're going to get a locking mailbox, so I mean, at least stuff that comes in, it'll be protected. stuff going out, I'm gonna send to work with my dad to mail on his way to work. So that'll be protected that way. One way or another, this shit's coming to an end. He'll have to move on, find somebody else. Like I said, there's a couple other houses on the street that have unlocked boxes. Unfortunately, they're probably next on this guy's list if he's not already hitting them. But yeah, I warned my cousin. She lives down the street in my grandparents' old house. They have a box like ours that's not a locking one. I advised she might want to preemptively get one before anything can happen. Because if it's happening here and we're about to do something proactive about it, chances are he's going to be looking elsewhere for his next victim. And just in the order of the street, that's probably next. Because technically very next would be our next door neighbors. But they're putting in a locking mailbox now too. So this whole little chunk here is going to be useless to this guy. But yeah. It's just all fucked up and stressful, and I wish it weren't happening, and part of me is relieved that at least there's going to be something happening to put a stop to it, but on the other hand, it pisses me off that the police couldn't do more about it than they did. If we can get video of them, and they can identify who it is, then they can do something, but we're at the mercy of if we can get anything on tape. Which shouldn't be that hard, honestly. And for all I know, like I said, my uncle's reviewing the tapes today that he's got. And for all I know, we may have something right now that can be worked with. So, if he does, I'll probably update you guys on that we got something. If not, then I guess I won't, because there's no point in making a video going, yeah, there's nothing on the tape to show. Yeah, that'd be dumb. So if he doesn't have anything, then I guess I won't make another video about it. And once we have our cameras all in place, the neighbors have theirs, we'll see if we can get anything even closer up. That'd probably be even more incriminating of the dude, or she-dude. I don't even feel right saying woman, just I don't even feel right using the word person here, because that's such a shit-tastic thing to do. They don't even deserve to be called a person, honestly, in my opinion. So, yeah, that. It's just really upsetting that this is the sort of crap that goes on in today's world that we have to worry about happening. I see what my grandparents meant when they said they wished I could have grown up in the world that they grew up in because it was so much safer than today's world. I am really beginning to understand 1,000,000 times over exactly what they meant by that. Even my parents' world that they grew up in was 1,000,000 times safer than today. Even back then, you could at least walk down a street without worrying about necessarily, well, maybe not if you lived in a big city, but anywhere else, you generally didn't have to worry if you walked down the street about if you were going to get mugged or kidnapped or raped or anything else. You typically didn't have to worry about that shit. Nowadays, you have to worry about all of the above and more. And is a large part of why I typically don't leave the house, because I'm scared. I am that scared to where I feel I can't do anything. And this sort of shit just reinforces my agoraphobia that much more badly. It's not fair, and it's not right, and I get the whole thing that I'm sure people are gonna comment that that's no way to live, that's just letting them win, but try telling my anxiety that, and convincing my anxiety of that. Good luck. I had a therapist try for 8 years. Didn't do shit for me. So, yeah. So that's about all there is to really say on that matter for the time being. Unless there's an update. If we get something, if we can incriminate the dude, or female dude, well, especially if they can catch the person and, like, put them behind bars, there will most definitely be an update on this. If we can't get anything, then I guess there won't. So, right now, it's kind of a wait and see what happens sort of deal, which isn't too exciting, I know, but right now, about all I can do is wait. Because, yeah, like I said, pretty much we have to wait and see if we can get anything on tape and incriminate the fucker. Which hopefully we can. And if we can't, then, well, at least they won't be able to get our mail anymore. So, I mean, it'll put a stop to that, but it doesn't put a stop to anybody else's, which still bothers me. And nobody should be having to go through this. I know there's no way of stopping it from, like, every person who steals mail. It won't stop it, but it doesn't stop one person. Or at least slow them down. I mean, right now, even if they were able to identify the person that day on hearsay, apparently they'd only be held accountable for a misdemeanor in the state of California. But if you have it on film of them stealing mail, then it can be prosecuted on a federal level, or so the cop I talked to tells me. It's kind of confusing, I know. Welcome to California state laws. They're a confusing bunch of laws. I don't entirely understand them myself. I don't pretend to understand them. All I can do is relay what I was told. So, anyway, hopefully that'll be the end of my shit getting stolen. Because once that locking thing's there, can't really break into it. They can't steal my stuff if it's not up there to be taken outbound. If it's just being taken straight to the post office, yeah, can't really do shit there now, can ya? Nope. So, yeah. At least they won't be able to fuck with me anymore, but hopefully we'll be able to catch the fucker so they won't be able to fuck with anybody anymore, because I don't want anybody else to have to go through what I went through. Because for me, it was low value stuff. For somebody else, you never know. They might be receiving something like jewelry in the mail. They could be receiving coins. God only knows. I mean, who knows what other people buy? I don't know. But, I mean, I'm technically unemployed in the traditional sense. I don't earn very much money, so therefore I don't have a whole lot of money to spend. Therefore, I can't buy high-value items, so there's that. So, my stuff, that's why I'm kind of just baffled. Why me? I don't get it. But if it were somebody else, chances are it would be something of a lot more value that would be a lot more upsetting to be stolen than what I lost. So, those are my 2 cents. Hopefully being proactive in this is going to protect some other person from having this happen to them. Or if it's already happening and I don't know about it, hopefully it'll help put a stop to what's going on, because this shouldn't be going on. And I'm sure everybody agrees that this should not be going on. And it's illegal, and it's wrong, and I'm doing everything in my power to see a stop put to this shit. So, yeah. Like I said, that's a pretty chicken shit crime to even be committing. And given how fast they are, they've either got to be in a car or running off doing this. So they're obviously a little chicken shit who's doing this. Yeah. It's such a pussy thing to do. I mean, really? Really? You're gonna target the handicapped person? Are you fucking kidding me right now? This is just so many levels of wrong. I just can't even. But like I said, at least should be coming to a stop soon. With any luck. Fingers crossed. Yeah.